Well, welcome back, Mystic Travelers. Today I just got a message, very specific for very specific people, and it's about a person in your life who is making you feel confused. Okay, so the kind of message I got was about asking yourself this question. If you did not speak to this person for 1 month, just ask yourself that question. And then I want you to feel how that lands within your body. So just take a second. What if I did not communicate with this person for a month? No checking texts, no constant, looking back. Are you feeling a lot of anxiety around it? Are you feeling like scared that you're going to lose something? Are you feeling a little bit of relief? So let's talk a little bit about what these different sensations could reveal. So if you're feeling like if you said to them, hey, I need a month to just, focus on myself. I need a month to work through some spiritual things. And number one, do you think that they're going to respect that boundary? If they say, oh, that's fine, I understand, and you still feel fear, where is that fear coming from? Are you scared that they're going to leave you or abandon you or find somebody else? Are you scared that they'll forget about you? And so if they respect the boundary and you still have fear, what does that say about the trust within this relationship or this connection? And if they get upset about you wanting to take some time to work on yourself, then what does that say about them and their role in your life? Okay, so now I feel like we should talk about, I just get this feeling about like, if you're feeling panic in your body by imagining not speaking to them for a month. Don't even worry about imagining at this stage. Let's not even worry about imagining telling them. Let's pretend that you guys were not in a connection and you just had a month without that person's influence, no texts, no calls, Let's say that you're able to do this without any of the drama that may be associated with, like, say, heartbreak or confusion. What would your life look like if you had a month of just focusing on yourself? And try to just imagine that. Imagine what that feels like. Do you get a sense of overwhelm because you wouldn't even know what to do with yourself because you're so used to spending so much time accommodating? How does it, remember, you're trying to look and somatically feel how this lands in your body, because that's information, right? It's information about this connection. It's information about how, and this could be romantic, or it could be a friendship, or it could be a family member, because, our nervous systems, they read people faster than we do, right? Our conscious mind. So start noticing the really subtle behaviors that you exhibit when you're around this person. Are you making yourself feel smaller inside to accommodate someone who is lashing out at you? Are you masking? Are you thinking, okay, I'm not even going to say this certain thing because I know it'll lead to this or that, or, the other, or whatever. And so, sorry, these are all natural, so I'm not going to edit anything out. So if you can't be your true 100% self with somebody, you know, is that somebody that you want to be around if you feel like you have to keep changing your true inner self? Now, there's a difference between shifting, habits or whatever. Obviously, we want to be nice. Like, you don't want to be a jerk to everybody, but if your true self's a jerk, you should be doing self-work anyway, right? I mean, more like some people expect you to change your core self because, like, maybe you contain multitudes and they can't emotionally handle anything more than a puddle, and you are the whole ocean. And so instead of expanding, instead of expansion, this person may be trying to manipulate you in tiny ways. And remember, a lot of times they don't even know they're doing this. They'll try to manipulate you in subtle ways and almost even punish you. They can punish you by silence. They can punish you by a snarky comment. These shadow things happen constantly. These shadow interactions, as I like to call them. So, for example, you go to a friend or a family member or a partner, and you're like, "Hey, it really hurts my feelings when you, don't respond to what I say thoughtfully. You just give a generic response, and it makes me feel like I'm not heard." That's a completely reasonable thing to say, right? You're not being mean. You're not calling names. You're not saying anything's wrong with it. But so many people were trained to be defensive no matter what. It's almost like it feels like death to them to be wrong. And even though you are approaching it in a solution-based healing format, suddenly it turns into a fight. Or they say okay and they disappear for a week or a day. And then when they come back, they act like nothing happens and they don't change. So therefore, what they're doing is they're subtly training your subconscious and your nervous system to be hypervigilant around them. And then you end up stuck in survival mode, right? Survival mode. So next time you're near this person, or even right now when you're thinking about this person, I want you to take a minute and just close your eyes and think about what it feels like to be with them. And if it's one of these things where it's kind of hot and cold, think about what it feels like when it's hot, and then think about what it feels like when it's cold. And then I want you to think, if it is a hot, cold situation, I want you to think about what percentage of time, not time that you're together, but percentage of your time, period, does it feel more cold versus hot? And that can mean like on or off, like they're punishing you or they're not punishing you. And you might even find that a lot of times the hot times, they're still landing in your nervous system because you feel like, oh, this is a high moment, but I feel a sort of ominous feeling that's going to crash out or something, right? And so take the time to really reflect. Remember that a person, when you first meet them especially, you're gathering information. You're not looking, like talking about romance here, you're not really looking for a partner. You're looking for the right person. You're not really looking for a friend specifically, like in the sense of like, oh, I just need someone to fill the slot of friend or the slot of, if you're thinking that way, that means you feel incomplete in yourself. And that's, once again, that's self-healing work, because if you have that attitude of wanting someone else to fill a role, then you're going to choose the wrong person, because the people that vibrate with that are the kind of people who want to take advantage and usually play these kinds of manipulative games. And honestly, you deserve way better. And instead of becoming less, tell them to go find less. There's a lot of songs, there's a lot of sayings. If I'm too much, then go find less. There's the door. What's your hurry? Here's your hat. What's the hurry? Let them go. Let them go. Jung says that if your arms are closed around what's no longer serving you, They won't be open for the better things coming. And Rumi says something similar in his poem about the guest house. Like basically let them go, right? If they're bringing a bunch of complications, if they're disturbing your peace, and disturbing your peace might be you have anxiety about them all the time when they're not around. That's still disturbing your peace, even if they aren't in your face calling you names. That's disturbing your peace, and you deserve better than that, right? So, okay, well, I hope this message resonated with you today. I've just been getting these kind of downloads, so I'm going to start posting them once a week. And I would love to hear your comments about how this is manifesting in your life. And thank you so much for being here, Mystic Travelers. You are so, I just feel such gratitude. And we're a tiny community, but I just feel so much gratitude that we get to do this together. And I'll see you next time.